All right, so this is a fun project because the condensate pan leaking upstairs. All right, guys, I want to give you a full view of what was going on. So I tore down the drywall that you saw in the last picture, and we are directly underneath the air handler upstairs. And this section is where all the water was sitting. So moisture reading there is fine now, so no current moisture dropping. But we're gonna replace some float switches upstairs and be sure that we catch any other leaks that we might see. Okay guys, one of the things I use here is a little CO2 gun. It's a drain blaster. So coming here to the clean out, it'll pop it through. I felt the resistance move right then. We'll check, make sure we got water rolling through. A lot of times these things are clogged right here in this little trap. This one, the owner had someone else come out the other day and they actually glued all this back together. It was not glued in when I first looked at it, and there was a clog here. I blew it out, and we should have free air, no restriction going on the south side, and we do have water moving through the pipes here now. Alright, so one thing I want to point out. So at first, I thought maybe the float switch was bad and why the pan had overflowed, but I don't believe that's the case. So the slope on the pan, you can see it's gathering more water in the left rear. So I've raised it up just a little bit to keep everything level. But I want to show you something here. So my condenser is on. I can feel the condenser still working. I can hear it. I can hear a little hiss there. So when the float switch is activated, in this case we'll turn it over, it kills the condenser outside from pumping through. So that's where the condensate comes from. This particular float switch is wired up to where the fan for the air handler will stay on, but it kills the condenser outside and keeps it from running. So in a few moments, the air handler will turn off, but then I'm gonna flip it back over and then it'll turn back on. So I've also moved this float switch to an area a little bit closer or a little bit further down the pan to catch any of the rising of the water there too. You can see over time that there was a little bit of a leak here under the drain that pulled up there, but it is now resolved. And also too, we've got water flowing. You won't be able to tell it good from the photo there, so that piece of insulation is stuck, but the water is flowing down through the line there. Hey guys, so we're back in the attic, looking at one more thing to do with this AC system where it was leaking onto the ceiling. We're going to check inside the unit and be sure that the condensate pan under the evaporator coil doesn't have a leak in it or a break on the opposite side here. Okay, so just to be sure, I wanted to check, make sure there were no cracks in this pan or issues with it leaking out, and it does not appear to have any problems here. And just push some water down into the drain tube there, and it is showing that it is coming through here as well. So I think we are now good.